As a kid, I'm talking about ages 8 to maybe 14, I always played junior sports. And in junior sports, there was always two type of players. There's those who play to win, and there's those who play to have fun. Now, here's the thing. In junior sports, whether you play to win or you play to have fun, it didn't truly matter because everyone at the end got a trophy. Like everyone ended as a winner, whether you played to win or not. And here's the crazy part. Unfortunately, the art world is structured in a similar way, only on the front end. So I'm gonna explain. You see, in the art space, we're often told that you should just have fun creating art. Like if you enjoy it, that's all that matter. But unfortunately, as an artist, there's no trophy for those who just play to have fun. Only the ones that play to win get a trophy at the end. So let me break this down a little bit more in detail so you can understand. You see, those who create artwork just to create artwork because they love it usually end up working some type of job, which may be you watching this video, working some type of job that they usually hate just so they can make ends meet to be able to do what they love in their free time, which is creating art. Well, those who genuinely play to win, they're full-time artists. And if you watching this, there's a high chance that you want to be a full-time artist. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about what you need to do to win. This video here is for those who want to play to win. With that being said, before I even jump into the nitty-gritty details of this video, my name is Jaroid. I'm the creative artist Rise, and I think I speak on winning because it's safe to say I've helped a few hundred artists at this point actually win. Now, when it comes to talking about winning, I'm gonna talk about a lot of things that may not set right with you. So I'm gonna give a disclaimer. I create these videos to just give as much value as humanly possible. Now, value don't always mean you're gonna hear the things that you wanna hear. You're gonna hear things that you need to hear, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to share the information that you need to hear that's gonna get you to where you wanna go. Not the things that you wanna hear because it's gonna make you feel good. So I'm just putting that disclaimer out there now. With that being said, let's jump straight into it. I'm talking to the artists that actually wanna win. Those who want to win first need to define what's winning. So in my personal opinion, winning is being able to do what you love full time comfortably. Let me explain. Just because you create art full time, you could be struggling as a full time artist. So I'm talking about creating art full time comfortably. Now in other videos I talk about what it means to create artwork full time comfortably. Just a quick wrap up. Whatever you make from your current job, add an additional $2,000 to it, and usually that'll be a safe/comfortable spot for you to create full time. Now, with that being said, let's just say your comfortable full time number as an artist is 7,000. You need to have that figured out, like what winning look like for you as an artist. But once again, in this case, we're gonna just say 7,000. 7,000 is $84,000 a year. For the most part, I know the current times and things is changing with the economy, but usually 7,000 per month, which is 84,000 a year, is a pretty decent living for any everyday visual artist. So with that being said, now, in order to win, you have to understand something that's extremely important. Extremely important. And I get a lot of backlash for this. But I say it because, once again, I care and I want to see you actually win. But you have to understand that selling your artwork is more important than creating your artwork. I'm going to say it again. Yeah. Selling your artwork is more important than creating your artwork. What do I mean by this? Every artist loves to create, and because we're so passionate about it, in our brain we justify that creating is the most important thing. But how many artists you know that have a shit ton of artwork created but no sales? Here's the thing. The artists that have a lot of art but no sales usually end up as sad, depressed artists, and at some point they either stop creating or they don't have the same passion as they once did. On the flip side, those who sell and sell regularly usually seems to always be glowing. Like just in life, they just genuinely happy with everything life presents to them. And that's just because it feels great to create artwork. But it feels way better to know people actually want to own and purchase your art for top dollar. It's almost like a drug, having people saying like, how much is it? Can I buy it? I want it. Can you hang it in my home? Can I buy another piece? It just feels so freaking amazing. So let's talk about how to actually get to that amazing feeling, which means actually selling your artwork first. So I'm gonna give an example. Let's say you're a clothing designer and you create these beautiful garments. For any clothing designer, their process usually looks something like this. They create a collection. After that collection, they're thinking about exactly what they're gonna need to do to sell it, because they want all their friends, associates, anybody they know to buy their clothes and wear it, because the fulfillment of having other people wear your clothes feel amazing. So once again, they create the collection, then they focus on selling that collection, and then they create another collection, and then they focus on selling that collection. Then they create another collection, and then they focus on selling that collection. Now, on the flip side, let's bring you back to being a visual artist. The way it works for a visual artist is typically we will create a collection of work or a body of work. And then once we create that body of work, the only thing we do is we take a step back, truly appreciate it, post it online, and then we create another body of work. And then we create another body of work. So before you know it, unlike the clothing designer who create a body of work and then sell those clothes, and then create another body of work and then sell those clothes, the artist just create a body of work and then create another body, and then create another body of work, and then create another body. So before you know it, you have 46 artworks but no sales. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is, once you create that body of work, take a pause from creating and put all your attention and energy into selling what you created. And I'm gonna say it again. I know there's gonna be some artists that say, oh, that's not really art, or if you trying to just sell your artwork, you're not really passionate, and that's all shenanigans. I'm gonna tell you something. You may be happy creating art, but the fulfillment, the genuine joy that comes from actually selling your work and having somebody that want to purchase it actually purchase feels so much better. Like, it feels phenomenal. So sell it so you can get that sensational feeling. I'll give an example. I have an artist I work with named Jonah Allen. I actually did an interview with Jonah, and I'll post that interview at the end of this video here. But Jonah Allen, to give you some background, is the first and only artist I work with to this day that ended up doing 100,000 in art sales in a 30-day time frame, which is absolutely insane. Now, the thing about Jonah is that once I did that interview, everybody just started raving and loving Jonah. Like, they just thought Jonah was so amazing, because to see an artist make 100,000 in 30 days, it just shows what's possible for everyday individual visual artists. However, for those that watch that interview and for those that are going to watch it afterwards, you're going to see one thing Jonah spoke about is that he actually spent 90% of his time inside of his art career focusing on selling the work, not creating. So let me say it again. 90% of his energy goes towards selling his actual artwork, not creating it. That means only 10% is focused on creating the art. Keep in mind, I'm not talking about just doing what you love. I'm talking about actually getting a trophy at the end. And obviously in this case, trophy equals sales. So what am I saying? Overall, if you really want to succeed as a visual artist, and yes, creating artwork is the first love, but to have success from it, once again, feels absolutely extraordinary. So if you want that extraordinary feeling, I want you to create. After you create, focus on sell, sell, sell. If you're wondering, Jaroid, how the heck do I sell? I have like a freaking shit ton of videos on this channel teaching you how to sell. So just start anywhere. But for now, focus on creating and sell, sell, sell. Creating is the fun part. So everybody wants to create, but you have to do the not so fun part, which is actually selling. I'm gonna give one more example. Think of it like this. Let's say you have Jonah, who's a photographer, and Jonah goes shoot photography the first weekend of the month. And then the next 3 weekends, he focuses all his energy on selling, right? So let's say that first week, Jonah go take 100 photos. And then the next 3 weeks, he focused on selling those 100 photos. Let's say in those next 3 weeks, Jonah sells 7 artworks. Let's say that's artist number 2. Artist number 2 shoot every single weekend. That means every single weekend he's going out and shoot. So while Jonah was only able to get 100 photos, artist number 2 will have 400 photos in this case. But because artist number 2 focused all this energy on shooting, he's going to have 0 sales. So the question is, what artist would you want to be? The artist that have 100 photos and 7 of them sold, or the artist that have 400 photos and 0 sold? Me personally, I would like to take the 7 sales. Why? Because going back to junior sports, it feels amazing to go back to school after the summer and tell all my friends I have 7 trophies. Versus the kid that goes back to the school and say, I had fun, and they say, how many trophies did you get? 0. Don't be the one that gets 0 trophies. Be the one that goes back to school with 7 trophies. And by the way, this is just an example. I already know some of you're going to be thinking, but I can't paint that much, so I have to paint all the time, which is very true. But majority of artists already have at least 7 to 10 artworks completed. And if you do, you need to be focusing on selling those pieces while working on the next piece. But don't go all in on creating and forget about the sales, because the selling is where the trophies are handed out. So get good at selling your work. I have a crazy ton of videos on this channel. Start with the one that I'm gonna post here with Jonah. I think that's a really, really good interview to watch to get you started and understand what hard work look like to really, really crush it. You're talking about an artist who soon will be doing $1 million in art sales. And that artist followed the same tactics that I'm teaching you here. So with that being said, I'm gonna see you in that interview. Peace.